Good morning, guys. I hope you're all doing really well and taking good care of yourself. Today I'm again on a Sunday ride, and this time I wanted to do a bit of a review of the gears that I basically use. There was a comment somebody asked me last time on one of my videos that can I actually give a bit of a description of the kind of gears that I use. So I thought, yeah, let's do that video today. So to start with, I think the first most important gear that one should really have is a helmet, right? As you can see. So I'm going to come closer to you to show you the helmet that I use, okay? So this is the helmet that I have been using for a while. It's probably about 3 to 4 years old. But I don't see a necessity at the moment to change this helmet because I'm very contented with this helmet. It's pretty nice. So this is the AGV K3 SV. SV stands for a sun visor. So as you can see, there is a sun visor inside. Yeah. And if you don't want the sun visor, with a click of a button, it goes up and you can bring it down. I like this because I'm not a fan of changing visors depending on my riding condition. So there are a lot of riders who would actually use, a clear visor while riding in the night, and when it is day, they switch it to a dark visor. But I find that cumbersome and a bit of a task. So I really don't do that. So I've got this one. It's a beautifully well-built helmet. It's called the Liquify Orange color. I couldn't get any other color, so I bought this color at that moment in time. As you know, in India, importing helmets has become a challenge right now because you need to have an ISI certification. But this is DOT and ECE approved, so a brilliant helmet. It's not the lightest of all because the helmet weighs close to about 1,500 odd grams, and it's a bit heavy. There's no two ways about it, but sits very snug. Fits very well. It's a bit silent inside. It's quite silent inside actually. Got vents in the front, vents in the top, and vents at the back, so that there's good circulation of air and keeps your head cool when you're riding in warm conditions like the country that we live in. So that's pretty much about this helmet. There's nothing much to talk about. Yeah, the other piece I wanted to tell you is that while the helmet itself is fairly silent, but I still use Alpenstars earbuds because these are really useful. Trust me. And the reason I use this is because once I put them on, I can still listen to the music. I could listen to the cars, the honking of the cars, which and everything else. But it still keeps you quiet. Now the reason is because when you use Alpenstar or any other good earplugs, it keeps your focus on the road well, because a lot of noise in the ear, there's a sound pollution, it can distract you a lot. So I do wear that. Coming to the communication setup I've got a very basic Sena setup. I didn't go for the 50S, which I probably would have, but then I realized that I like riding solo most of the time, so I don't need to use the mesh to get onto a 50S. But what I did is bought a pair of this. So I've got one fitted on my wife's helmet, so when we ride together, we can speak to each other, and it's quite a useful feature. Otherwise, yeah, it connects to my BMW's TFT dashboard. I can play music, I can take calls. It's got all that stuff. So, and I think I'm pretty happy. It's almost about 2 years old, so no complaints about it. Yes, the last accessory that I have, which basically is the GoPro Hero 9 that I bought for my motovlogging setup. And I think this obviously adds weight to the helmet, so makes the helmet a little more heavy, but that's it. And those are the perils of doing a motovlogging. You really don't have a choice. I also then tried different kinds of mics to get the right quality of sound, but I really couldn't with the mics that are available. A lot of people outside India talk about Blue Panda and things like that. I don't think we get Blue Panda out here. So I went ahead and bought a Rhodes Lavalier Go. And trust me, it's been a game changer because the Rode mics are really superior in nature. They're slightly expensive, but I think they're worth the investment. That's the helmet for you guys and girls. Now, let me switch gears and get my riding jacket out, okay? Now, Ouch. This is my riding jacket. I'm hoping you can see them, right? This is the Revit Airwave 3 riding jacket. Let me sit down so I can be in the frame. Yeah, this is the one. Now, made of polyester shell, very sturdy, beautiful fit and finish. It's an international brand, and I'm not saying that you got to go for international brand. There's some lovely Indian brands available, you know, and unfortunately it didn't fit me well, so I didn't buy, but there are some brilliant Indian brands. So I went for this mesh jacket. The reason I went for a mesh jacket, because we are in a warm country and riding in the hot sun at times can be really exhausting. So because of the mesh structure it has got, you know, the air flows beautifully inside and then goes out from the back, and thereby keeping your body a bit cool. So there's a good amount of air circulation out there. The only downside to this, probably I thought, and this is just my personal opinion, that it comes with elbow pads and shoulder pads. The challenge is both of them are CE level 1 certified, and I think they should at least be CE level 2. My suggestion to Revit. That's all you get to the jacket. But what I did, because I wanted to increase the protection of the jacket, is went ahead and purchased, as you can see out here, the back protection. Right, this is the back protection, and this is a CE level 2, by the way. Right, comes with an extra cost with the jacket. And I also went ahead and purchased CE level 2, as you can see here, chest protectors. The 2 chest protectors that it gets one here and one chest protector here. So it just makes you feel more secure. But just a word of caution, no matter what kind of a riding gear or a jacket you're using, at the end of the day, it's a two-wheeler ride. So you've got to be really, really careful. So that's on the riding jackets. I'm just going to put that aside, and let me talk about the riding pants. And so I'm going to get the jacket and the pants together. Let me put it this way, okay? So now coming to the riding pants, I actually use, again, I'm going to come closer. This is the Revit's riding pants. They come together. I like the black color. They really suit my bike, so that's why I took them. Now the Revit is again polyester, very comfortable riding pant. It's got the knee pads which extend a little up to the shin, and it's got the hip protectors, and that's all it has got, nothing else, right? Because it's polyester and other fibers used here, I think they're pretty strong. So in terms of the stitch and fit, this is also a mesh jacket, as you can see. Yeah, the panels out here, so that allows for the air circulation to go through. So together they actually make a great combination. And both the riding jackets and the pants actually come with this neon sort of strips, as you can see here, right? So they make you visible in the night, which I think is a good feature. Moving on to my next accessory, that's my gloves that I use. I haven't changed them. These are pretty old, maybe three years or so, from Biking Brotherhood, and it's doing its job really well. There's no problem, no complaints on it. But I will probably change when the time comes. Okay, so that's on my gloves. Now I'm going to take my camera to show you my riding shoes that I use. Now that's the riding shoes. They look a bit dirty, sorry for that, because I've been riding. They are from Motortech. They're actually ankle length, they're not beyond that. But I actually would recommend for people doing highway rides to actually have something which is slightly beyond the ankle length. And the reason is because when you actually have something which is over the ankle on the motorcycle, when you're riding the motorcycle, right, so the stones that get pelted or thrown with the tires at times, of course, can actually hit your shin. And because of the velocity with which the stones get propelled to your shin, you can actually break your shin, and it's got to be a terrible experience. So I really highly recommend, touring boots, which I will soon be purchasing when I start doing those long distance tours, which I'm currently not doing. So that's the only upgrade I want to do. I think last but not the least, the last piece of equipment that I really want to talk about is the base layers. Now, this is a base layer. It's a dry fret material. You could get it from Adidas, Nike, or any other branded stuff. And I bought Nikes, and they are very nice. So you get both the upper and the lower. So I wear them together because the dry fit material absorbs your sweat and controls your body temperature. It doesn't make you feel sticky inside the jacket. Wearing a jacket or a trouser is easy because the sweat otherwise would stick to your jacket lining and make it a little difficult at times to remove them. But it makes the jacket and the trouser messy. So the innards are beautiful, and I think in the sense they are very useful and handy. A lot of people undermine the importance of wearing these tights or the base layer. So please, if you can invest on it, that'll be great. So that's pretty much on the riding jackets, the pants, and my shoes, my gloves, and the base layers and the helmet. So that's all about the riding gear and the camera equipment also that I use for my moto vlogging. So I hope this video has been useful. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit as we ride on the road. Take care. Bye.